Right, so hello and welcome to the campus of St. Augustine Prep. We are in the Paul Navone pool as we have Ocean City Swimming versus St. Augustine and Alma. So obviously we are starting with the girls once again as they hit the pool for the 200 individual medley. I am Coach Rumel alongside Jacob Panett and Nick Abrams. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Good, good. You guys first swim meet, right?
Yep, first time.
All right, so Panett, you got the boys or the girls?
Girls.
Do you have Alma or St. Augustine?
Alma.
So why don't you read off who's in the lanes for Alma?
In lane 2 for Ocean City, we have Mariana Thomas, Leah Abbott, Lauren Tate, and Sam Salinas. In lane 3 for Alma, we have S. Brickett, E. McDougall, A. Karen, and C. Volkman. In lane 4 for Ocean City, we have Leah Cordona, Abby Hayes, Rachel Steffers, Kelsey Cook, and lane 5 for Alma, we have Ross, S. McGinn, G. Delario, Oliveira. In lane 6 for Ocean City, we have Ryan Cook, Sullivan Duff, Sophia Burris, and Leah Gallagher. And then finally, bench lane for Alma, we have R. Mullen, C. Perrier, M. Meyer, and A. Lambert.
All right, so it looks like we have a close finish. Ocean City in lane 4 will take first. Alma in lane 5 will take second. And Alma will take third in lane 3. So Ocean City should lead this one 8-6. Like I said, we'll see if we get official scores up on the scoreboard, but Ocean City will lead the girls' event 8-6 as we're waiting for the last swimmer to cross. Like I said, this is the medley relay, so they will combine the backstroke first. Then I believe it's the breast, butterfly, and freestyle. Jacob and Nick, you guys have any experience swimming in the pool when you were young or no?
Not on a team, no.
First prep swim meet you've been to?
Yeah, first time for me.
Been to a lot of swim meets over the summer as long as a lifeguard at a local pool.
Fair enough. No one drowned, I assume, right?
No.
Everybody good to go?
Yep.
So we're going to head into the 200 medley relay for the boys. If you guys want to read off who's going for Prep in Ocean City.
Yeah, for Ocean City in lane 2, we have Jack Shearbin, Tanner Bell, Nico Ifrati, and Chris Gabbert. In lane 3 for Prep, we have Matt and Ben Stanker, Giovanni Satanic, and Parker Lapsley. Lane 4, Tommy Armstrong, Gavin Neal, Pat Armstrong, and Jackson Angeli. Lane 5 for Prep, we have Anthony Mortelli, Dante Buonadano, Messino Castino, Trevor Nolan. Lane 6 for Ocean City, CJ Den, Mike Kelly, Colin Abbott, Matt Bell. And lane 7 for Prep, Connor Bogan, Gabe Schiller, Anthony Tramp, and Mateo Schiller.
It looks like a tight one so far. Like I said, especially in these relays, you're going to look for lanes 4 and 5 to be your top ones. Like a good turn there from Ocean City. Prep came into this with a little bit of a lead. It looks like they're going to be neck and neck right as they go to the
Very
last
narrow
one. Who's the anchor for the Hermits in lane 5? The last one on the sheet.
Anchor in lane 5 is Trevor Nolan.
Nolan's pulling a little bit away. He will take first place for the Hermits.
Very narrow victory for Nolan there.
Yeah, a minute 39.25 to a minute 39.88. Less than half a second, or a little more than half a second. But, like I said, if you can go first, not like I said, probably last time I was at Alex Clark and Ryan McGrath, but if you can go first, third in most of your races, you're going to pull away by a decent amount at the end. So it's a good job by the Hermits to start first, third there, so they'll be leading 10-4. But the scoring will go in relays: 8 for first, 4 for second, 2 for third, and then nothing for anybody else.
Still a really good start for the Hermits there.
Yeah, especially like Ocean City's one of the better teams in the Cal. Like,
Yep.
that's a big swing if you go from 10 point or 8 points in first to 4 in second. So it's a good job there, like you said, by Nolan to hop in the pool at the end and edge out the victory.
Next up, girls 200 free. Off the blocks. All right. In lane 2 for Ocean City, we have Julia Youngblood. Lane 3, Oma, R. Kelser. Lane 4 for Ocean City, Callie Bellwood. Lane 5, Oma, El Valle. Lane 6, Ocean City, Nina DeBalo. And lane 7, E. McDuff.
So each length of the pool is 25 yards. So meters, yards, I always forget. But 25 yards. So up and back is 50. So they're going up and back 4 times in the 200 free.
Looks like the lead's about full body length for lane 4.
Yeah, actually, almost looks like they might even have a 1-2 right now in lanes 5 and 3. If you're watching at home, you count up from the bottom. 1 and 8 are both just practice lanes. No one's in those. But yeah, almost looking real strong here in the 200 free. That's a big 1-2. Actually, Oma, if you look at the top, might even have a 1-2-3. I don't think they're going to get it, but he came about half a second away from getting it. So that's a big race there for Ocean City. For Oma. They got 12 points, so they will go up to 18, and only 4 for Ocean City, so they'll go to 12. So after trailing by a couple points, going 1-2-4, it's a huge result there for Oma, who only has the 1 loss to Mainland on the year. Mainland is ranked in the state. I only know that because I was here when it happened. But almost seems like they're having a pretty good season. Non-public B, they might be able to make some noise in that bracket. But they jump out to a big. That was a big event there for Oma. So we will head to the 200 free for the boys. Who do we have swimming in that, Nick?
In lane 2, we got Alex. Wait, no, I was reading the wrong thing. Ryan Salvin for Ocean City. Mike McCarthy in lane 3. Matt Woodside, lane 4. Anthony Mortelli in lane 5. Mike Kelly, lane 6. And Jonah Alvarez in lane 7.
Yeah, with that meet sheet on our phone, sometimes it's hard to see. And plus, sometimes it's really hard to read the coach's handwriting. So we apologize if we mispronounce anybody's names, but sometimes the coach scribble on the sheet isn't exactly the clearest.
McCarthy taking the early lead here.
Yeah, McCarthy, real good sophomore. His best event, we don't even race in high school. I think he's nationally ranked in the 1,000.
Number 1 ranked swimmer in the state of New Jersey, class 2025.
Yeah, that's real impressive.
Yeah, I spoke to him earlier before the race. He was really confident in this one. This is his race right here.
Does he do the 500 free too?
Yeah, he does the 500 free as well.
I was going to say, I know he's like a distance guy, but...
Yeah, he's more of a distance guy, but...
And he's a sophomore, right?
Yep. As he's ahead by nearly a body length.
Yeah, in cruise control, but in these kind of events, you still want to go as fast as you can, because that's why they say the best events for your playoff power points is a team that's just as fast as you to motivate you to go faster. But the way they do playoff seeding is they enter in each time that you swim. So if McCarthy swims, 141, that gets him X amount of points. But as the faster he goes, the more points he'll get for the team. And that's how they seed the playoffs. And non-public A is loaded with state-ranked teams. So you're going to want to avoid your CBAs and your Seton Halls as long as possible.
And that goes for every sport, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, McCarthy getting the really easy victory there. Went about almost 3 seconds there.
Yeah, so actually, Hermits and Olma have the exact same finish as in this event, where they go first, second, fourth. So Olma, where they reversed the lead where they were down, the Hermits already had a lead, so they should go to 22, and Ocean City will double their 4 points and go to 8. So Hermits pulling away early. They lead 22-8. Like I said, the Hermits have been dominating a lot of teams around here. This, at least the matches that I've seen, and I think it's a little bit that the teams maybe aren't quite where they were in years past, but also a lot of it the Hermits are, really good this year.
Next up, we have the 200 IM for our girls.
Who do we have in there for Olma and Ocean City?
In lane 2, we have Marina Zabator for Ocean City. In lane 3 for Olma, we have S. Cohn. In lane 4 for Ocean City, we have Abby Hayes. In lane 5 for Olma, we have S. McGillivray. In lane 6 for Ocean City, we have Sophia Gerdoff. And lane 7 for Olma, S. Brickett.
I think I said this to Alex Clark in our last stream, but it kind of makes you wonder who's the first person to go. You might be a faster swimmer than me, but I can swim this way and do the breast and butterfly. Yeah, Olma looks like they got a first, third, fourth again with their third place breathing down the neck of Ocean City's second place in lane 4.
Home with almost a body length lead coming on to this.
Belts out a big lead in lane 5, but also lane 4 separating herself from third place a little bit too.
Third place race is very tight right now.
So the last lap for the leader in lane 5 as she pushes off that back wall. Like I said, almost cruised to victory from here. Place in lane 5 wins with a time of 2 minutes, 10.98 seconds. So with that first, third, and fourth, Alma will now take a 29-17 lead over Ocean City. And these scores are a little unofficial, as just kind of keeping it on the back of the paper right here. So they're not up on the scoreboard, but Alma should have themselves a lead as we head into the 200 IM for the boys. Who do we have about to hop in the pool for the boys?
We have Alex Hansen, lane 2, lane 3, Cole Jennings, lane 4, Pat Armstrong, lane 5, Dante Buonadano, lane 6, Colin Abbott, and lane 7, Matt Stinker.
Go in for the IM. You can kind of look up at our record board over there. One of the oldest records still up on the board is Matt Joyce with a time of 1 minute, 51.64 seconds for the Hermits. Again, these aren't pool records. They're just for Hermits scored anywhere in a dual meet.
Record still stands after 16 years.
Yeah, you can see a lot of them are 19, 17, 21, 20. Miss McHugh's son still up there in the 200 medley relay, back in 15.
Yeah, the record's older than most of the people that go to this school now.
Oh yeah, I don't really think about that. When were you guys born? What year?
06.
07.
Yeah, I was in high school when that was happening, so now you're making me feel old. Matt, you're becoming a more well-rounded broadcaster, right? You did some rugby for us last year.
Yep.
Have you done anything else, or has it been rugby and then this swimming?
I did 2 football games from the
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was always thinking the older guys for football, but I know there was a couple games where we, they wanted to be in the stands. Looks like the Hermits have an easy first place by almost half the pool, not quite. And you can kind of see lanes 3, 4, and 7 all fighting for second place, but it looks like Ocean City has a little bit of a lead.
Hermits secure first place. Looks like Ocean City's going to get second there.
Yeah, lane 7 made it close, though. Ocean City finished
Really
second by the time they had 2 minutes, 1.45 seconds. And then in lane 7, the Hermits finished with a time of 2 minutes, 1.92 seconds. So about half a second. So, by my math, as these last lanes are finishing up, it should be 33-13 in favor of the Hermits. Oh, yep, they finally started putting the scores up on the board. And so I believe the Hermits got 11 here, and Ocean City got 5. So when you add that to the 22 and 8 currently shown on the scoreboard, should be 33-13. Same thing with Olma. I don't think they've updated since their last event.
What Next we have the 53. Lane 2 we have Ryan Kirk. Lane 3, G DeFallo. Lane 4, Mia Budana. Lane 6, Kelsey Koch. Lane 7, C. Volkman. That's it. Very short race.
Yeah, just up and back once.
Very close one there. Now I got the 53 for men. In lane 2, we have Chris Garabrandt. Lane 3, Parker Lapsley. Lane 4, Jackson Angeli. Lane 5, Trevor Nolan. Lane 6, Matt Bell. And lane 7, Andrew Newman.
Yeah, it looks like Oma lost a little bit of ground there from Ocean City. Should be 36 to 26 now as Ocean City cuts into that lead a little bit. As we wait for the girls to get off the pool, we'll line up for the 53. After this 53, they'll take a short break, so we'll head to commercial for about 5 minutes and be right back. And sometimes they're kind of sitting there. The officials are making sure they got right, because sometimes these touch pads at the end don't always register. They're usually good. 99% of the time they're good, but you get it wrong. Yeah, you get it wrong. The officials still are taking it manually just in case the electronics mess up. Pushing for a 1-2 right here.
Looks like they might get it, but
Really trying ahead.
Hermits should get 11 points out of that. Going to 44-5 for Ocean City. Brings them up to 18. So the Hermits take a 44-18 lead. We will head to a 5-minute break, so we will be right back after this commercial. right, welcome back. We are here after the 5-minute break for the 100-meter for 100-yard fly for the girls. So who do we got in the pool for the girls' side?
In lane 2, we have Brian Evans. In lane 3, A. Kern. Lane 4, Rachel Stafford. Lane 5, S. McGillany. In lane 6, Val Kelly. In lane 7, El Turista.
So we got a tight match here for the girls' side. Hermits on the boys' side pulling away, but you can see it's a 36-26 match as the girls go through.
Looks like Alma will go away with this one as well, by about a head there.
And that's the thing is you want to be deep. You can have your lead swimmers be really good, but you want to be deep. So Alma going first, third is what's really going to score them some points. So, gonna have that lane 1. I think the lane 1 is registering for lane 2, or lane 2 is registering as lane 1. But I think Alma, like I said, if you get 6-3, you're getting first third, you're getting 9 points, which is hard to overcome. Even if the other team takes all 3 and you get knocked to last. So almost you get 9 there, go to 45, and then 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. So Ocean City will go up to 33. But you can see there, you want to be able to finish first, third. If you can finish first, third, it doesn't matter what the other team's going to do. You're not blowing them out. But, even in that race where Ocean City got, 4th and 5th, and they kind of, Alma was that, the third lane of Alma didn't get any points. They still gained 2 on Ocean City.
Yeah, now we have the 100-yard fly for men. We got Nico Irati in lane 2, lane 3, Massimo Catania, lane 4, Pat Armstrong, lane 5, Jonah Alvarez, lane 6, CJ Den, and lane 7, Ben Stanker.
Very close battle for first. Looks like Ocean City ahead.
And it looks like at lane 7, we have a little bit of a race for third place.
Yeah, you got 3 lanes right in it with each other.
Very close right now.
As they come right near us, it looks like Ocean City in lane 4 has a ever so slight lead.
Looks like Ocean City will get this one. The Hermits do get the 2-3. And lanes 5 and 7.
They get 2, 3, 4, which that can help mitigate it. So the Hermits will actually pick up points there. I mean, that was the, as we go, you should figure the Hermits got 4, 3, 2 points for second, third, and fourth. So they got 9 overall, so that'll bring them up to 53. And then Ocean City only gets 7. They get the first, but then the only other points they collected was in the 5th place, so they'll get 7 points, and they will go up to 25. Like I said, you want to get to 85. 85, you guarantee a tie. 86, you guarantee a win. There's 170 points given out through a given race. So the Hermits will try and get to that as quick as possible. But they're building themselves a pretty good lead here.
Next up, we have the 100-yard free. In lane 2, we have Kina DePaulo. Lane 3, G DeBradio. Lane 4, Mia Badano. Lane 5, L Hertzer. Lane 6, Kelsey Koch. And lane 7, L Rosser. Pretty short race. Close battle for first. Looks like we have 4 lanes now.
Yeah, Olma taking the very slight lead there. It's very close between those middle 4 lanes.
Looks like almost slightly ahead.
Looks like Olma does have the 1-2 there.
Yeah, they're going to see if they can hold off in this last little bit.
Almost just pulling ahead and marching around the turn. Looks like they put out 1-3.
Olma does get the 1-2 there.
Yeah, so Olma 1-2, they're claiming 10 points, so they should be up to 55. And Ocean City getting 6 points should be up to 39.
Free next, right?
Yep, 100 free for the boys coming up.
Free. Now we got 100-yard free for the guys. Matt Bell in lane 2. Lane 3, Parker Lapsley. Lane 4, Gavin Neal. Lane 5, Cole Jennings. Lane 6, Jackson Aganelli. Lane 7, Hayden Clay.
Pretty fast race too. You only go up and back twice.
Very close here. Looks like Hermits do have the lead slightly.
You notice in a lot of these races that the wind can just come down to the turn and how they're going to swing coming off the wall.
Yeah, they just fly right off it as Hermits do get that one.
Yeah, lane 3.
And 3 Hermits got the win.
Hermits should go up to 63 points there. Ocean City will go to 31, so I mean the Hermits pretty much have this one, because even if you just throw a couple guys in the pool and are just collecting points towards the end, they might get close to that 85, even if Ocean City's getting some 1-2-3s, which as this meet's gone, they're probably not going to be getting 1-2-3s. So Hermits clearly in command of this race.
Next up, we have the longest race, and 500 free. In lane 2, we have Addison Fisher. Lane 3, S. Brickett. Lane 4, Callie Belwar. Lane 5, I Val. Lane 6, Tuya Youngblood. And lane 7, C. Volkman.
Yeah, this is the longest race. And looking at the record board for the Hermits, 4 minutes, 32 seconds is the record. So this is definitely the longest one.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you're going to see the slower swimmers in lane 6 for each event, kind of being a little ways behind the other swimmers, maybe being lapped a few times.
This one is up and down the pool how many times?
If you count up as 1, back as 2, 20. If you go up, up and back as 1, then 10. But you can see if you look at the girls, kind of holding some signs, and actually we won't be able to see it on our camera, but if you see the girls as the camera's going to follow the swimmers holding signs in the pool, you can see they all have 1 right now, so they actually count the laps so that way the swimmers kind of know how much time or how many laps they have left. So, they can know if they need to push themselves, conserve energy, whatever it is there. How many laps do you think you could do, Panette, before you would start drowning?
Well, I have done the 500 free before my my lifeguarding test. Not a flex or anything. Pretty decent swimmer.
What's the test for lifeguarding? Is it just a 500 or is it
a 500 free, treading water for a couple minutes with no hands, and then you have to swim with I think it was a 15-pound weight on your chest.
Maybe we should have you join the swim team before it's all over. I mean,
I don't know.
There's a chance they win a state title.
Doesn't seem like my sport.
Looks like Oma has the 1-2 here.
You never know. What you see right now could not determine the end.
That's true. Barely getting started with this race.
In a race like this, it's a lot of your will to keep going and pushing, even though it's pretty hard long distance, especially at the end.
Oh yeah, and you have to swim very smartly. Serving your energy, not burning it all at the front.
Yeah, I think I would drown if I had to do this. So.
Oh yeah, 100% me too.
So looking at some of the power points, like I said, you get the faster you swim. I don't know the calculation, but the faster you swim, the more points you get. If you're looking at the non-public B for Oma, and again, they average the top 3. So if you look at the St. Augustine ones, we have 2 power pointed match in the 4600s, and then the next one's at like 3100, and the others are slower because we might not have swum our best guys against Atlantic City or Millville or whatever because you're going to win. Oma might be in a similar spot as I kind of click into it, but they're actually right now the number 1 seed in non-public B, and they have some of the top times with their power pointed meets, so it should be interesting to see if they could maybe, like I said, make some noise going into the playoffs. Really. But like I said, if the season ended today, and again, a lot of these will change because if you haven't been swimming a whole lot, you can easily jump your power points in the final few weeks. But if the season ended today, Oma would be the 1 seed in non-public B. And again, there's no north and south in swimming. It's just everybody in a group, at least for the non-publics. So Oma's having a good year so far.
Getting about halfway done here.
Yeah, Ocean City is currently 4th in power points for girls, so having a strong season for the Red Raiders also. Yeah, as they're going, you're going to hear one of the officials with an air horn. When the leader goes onto their final lap, they hit the air horn so they know. So when you hear that, don't be startled. after this, we will almost be back-to-back. We'll bring this equipment over and stream the wrestling match versus Middle. Kind of a last-minute add to our schedule, but kind of a prelude to the bigger match tomorrow versus Kingsway. Last year, the Hermits lost, I think, 4 of the last 5 bouts as they came into the stronger Kingsway wrestlers, but they only lost by a few points. So it'll be, I'm sure revenge is on the mind for the Hermits. Senior Brady Conlon, who transferred from after spending the last year or so in Florida, is finally wrestling for the Hermits. So it should be a pretty good one tomorrow. So if you can't make it, make sure to tune in here. Like I said, we got Middle tonight in wrestling, and Kingsway tomorrow. Next swim match will be next Tuesday as we face EHT, which should be a pretty good one. EHT is a good, strong team. But if the Hermits want to get to where they want to get to in non-public A, they should be able to take care of the Eagles.
Alma will get this win very easily.
Yeah, especially in this one, you'll see some of the top swimmers really pull away.
The other lanes are a couple laps behind. So.
Yeah. It looks like Alma gets a first and third. As Ocean said, he was trying to climb back into this. Looks like Alma's gonna.
This is a huge win for Alma. Yeah, looking at the scoreboard now, 5 minutes 33 seconds for first place, second place 5 minutes 50 seconds.
Both for Alma, though, so very big wins there.
So Ocean City should go up to 43. Alma should go up to 67. They said both Alma and St. Augustine kind of taking command of these races. I'd be shocked if they kind of blew either of these leads at this point. All right, so the girls are clearing the pool, and we will. They will head to the 500 free for the boys' side.
Yep. In lane 2 for Ocean City, Ryan Salvin. Lane 3, Anthony Mortelli. Lane 4, Matt Woodside. Lane 5, Mike McCarthy. Lane 6, Tommy Armstrong. And lane 7, Matt Stanker.
If I had to make a bet, I would guess Mike McCarthy is going to pull out with the win here.
Oh yeah, number 1 in the state. As I said earlier, I was talking to him. He said he feels very confident about this race.
And he is a distance swimmer.
Yep, this is his race, definitely.
This is a very good game for Ocean City. If you look at the rankings, Ocean City is ranked 3rd in the Cape Atlantic League, while St. Augustine is 2nd. If Ocean City wins this, they move up, but St. Augustine has a pretty big lead right now.
Yeah, they pretty much secured this
consistent.
one.
Looking at some of the PowerPoints, like I said, for the Hermits, it looks like their big rival is going to be CBA, as CBA is currently in first if you average all 3 together, and then especially if you look at their top scoring match, it's higher than the Hermits. Now, PowerPoints doesn't necessarily mean you're going to beat the other team, because if your last place finisher finishes a minute behind, you're going to get lower PowerPoints, but still the same amount of points. And then last year's state champion, Seton Hall, hasn't really been close so far to the Hermits or CBA scoring. So it's looking like it's Hermits CBA is going to be the matchup to watch in the playoffs. But you got to keep getting faster. I mean, still maybe a month away. The Hermits are in a good spot. You at least want to avoid CBA until the finals, so you want to make sure you get that 1 or 2 seed.
CBA very competitive against St. Augustine, not just swimming, in most sports.
Yeah,
CBA, very big rivalry. I mean, me and Nick, when we play rugby, that's our main rival. We're going for state championships.
Yeah, 2-hour drive.
Yeah, I mean, especially in the last however many years, like you said, you guys go up against them in 7s especially, but also in 15s in rugby. Baseball, CBA, a little bit of a dip, 3 or 4 years ago, but they've been becoming, what they once were. It used to be Hermits CBA too. In baseball, wrestling, they got real strong again. It was always Hermits CBA in the final, with the Hermits coming out on top the last, 7 or 8 years. But CBA got real good over the last year or two. Golf is similar. They're who the Hermits have to try and jump over for golf. Hockey, CBA's either 1 or 2 in the state. So yeah, to win a state championship, there's usually a St. Augustine, or win a South Jersey or state championship. There's usually a South Jersey or a St. Augustine CBA matchup somewhere in there.
Always fun to watch and play in me and Jacob's case for rugby.
Yeah, I know you guys have been going back and forth a little bit with them, right? They win rugby 7s all.
They won rugby 7s championship last year, but we won the 2022 15s and 2022 7s.
Yeah, I know we haven't lost in 15s in probably like 4 or 5 years. Especially, with the COVID year, so I don't think we've had 5 state championships, but I don't think we've lost the 15 state championship in a while. And the thing about 15s, yeah, you're right, is Del Barton's in the mix too. So CBA is obviously a big one, but Delby doesn't run 7s. So for you guys, I know you can add them into the mix for 15s.
Well, we do have 15 season coming up in a couple of months. Should be a good season. We do have Del Barton with a new 15s team. Should be interesting to watch to see how they do.
Yeah, like I said, people say, "What's your favorite sport to watch?" Is assistant AD, and the honest answer is who's playing the best. You know what I mean? So it's always great when the rugby team's been phenomenal over the last decade or so. But like when a swimming team's great, like some of these playoff matches are going to be super intense. Baseball team's been phenomenal to watch the past couple of years, but yeah, I'm excited for I'm excited for the ending of the winter because you're going to have basketball, swimming, all competing for state championships. A legit shot. Hockey team, I think, is like a half a step behind some of these big teams up north, but if they get hot, they can make a run. But yeah, once you get to the spring, you got rugby again, baseball, who's been great. Lacrosse, obviously, winning the state championship last year, so it'll be exciting. Plus, you get to go outside in the sun a little bit. Sometimes these February days can get a little dreary.
Yeah, even if you don't follow lacrosse or rugby, they're still very fun to watch. Even if you don't understand, most people don't. Lacrosse is growing really big over the last few years.
Rugby I always understood a little bit because both of my brothers played in college. They didn't have rugby when I was here. But rugby's great because you can't hear parents or players really yelling at the ref as much because they don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
So Ocean City, we know that they're going to get this last point. So Ocean City should go up to 35, and the Hermits should go up to 75. So, I mean, the Hermits haven't officially clinched the match, but even in these last couple, you get the 200 free, 100 back, 100 breast, and 400 free. Even by just entering swimmers in the pool and picking up the minimum number of points, you might get to 85, 86. So, and like I said, that's probably not going to happen the way this meet has been going.
Well, next up, we have the 200-yard free relay. Lane 2, we have, for girls, they have Sam Savella, Brianna Evans, Lauren Tate, Marina Thomas. In lane 3 for Alma, we have A. Roser, R. Mahan, M. Muir, and El Turista. In lane 4, we have Mia Berhana, Sophia Perov, Mia Gallagher, and Kelsey Cope. In lane 5, we have E. McDowell, C. Volkman, C. Kern, and R. Hertz. In lane 6, we have Abby Hayes, Kate Peary, Nina DePalda, and Kate Belwar. And finally, lane 7, we have A. Gear, M. Brown, M. Monza, and I. Altrio.
That Mahan name probably sounds familiar. People have been paying attention to St. Augustine swimming. He actually is on the record board for that 400 free relay for the Hermits. Like I said, that was the team that clinched their last state championship in 2017. I don't know if they got that record at the individuals or at the state final, but that was a big race that clinched them the state title. So looks like Mahan's sister doing a good job here for the Olma swim team.
Post battle, Ocean City pulling ahead on the turn.
Yeah, this is a fairly quick race too, because all 4 girls are going to just do a 50.
You never know in these relay races because you don't know who's the strongest swimmer and what order they're playing in.
Yeah. Ocean City does what I have the 1-2 right now. Almost fighting in 3rd place.
There's always these chess matches where do you put your best swimmers at with your anchor, who's going to win. The reason the Hermits lost to Seton Hall last year is because the anchor in the 400 free for Seton Hall swam unbelievable. So it's always interesting to see as the next swimmer jumps in the pool where these teams end up.
Yeah, because you just can't prepare for that as a coach. So a lot of credit for these coaches.
Looks like almost pulling slightly ahead. You never know.
Alma just out touches Ocean City.
But very close. 0.08 of a second between Olma and Ocean City there.
It should go 83-41 in favor of Olma. Like I said, that's clinched the meet. I mean, you just put swimmers in the pool, and you're going to pick up a couple points.
Alright, now we have the 200-yard relay for the guys. Lane 2, Dustin Larix, Liam Kosh, Doran Swift, Alex Hansen. Lane 3, Frank Ferretti, Joe Tortella, Hayden Clay, and Mike McCarthy. Lane 4, Pat Armstrong, Jackson Angeli, Matt Woodside, Gavin Neal. Lane 5, Jonah Alvarez, Parker Lapsley, Matt Stanker, Cole Jennings. Lane 6, Colin Abbott, Teddy Leeds, Colin Schwinn, and Chris Gabarat. And in lane 7, Jonathan Marone, Aiden Fox, Carter Sinosly, and Cameron Madden.
Yeah, my bad on the scores. I was looking down at the prep when I was adding those scores there. The boys haven't done those scores in. It should be almost 75 to Ocean City 49.
St. Augustine could clinch the win here if I'm not correct.
Yeah, so you only get points for first, second, or third. If the Hermits finish first, second, or first, third, they would officially clinch the meet to where they could not even put another swimmer in the pool because you would get 8 for first and 2 for third. So they're just 10 points away. Well, I guess you would clinch a tie, but still, like I said, it's all pretty much over, but making sure you finish strong for the power points.
Ocean City does have the lead in this one, however. Still, Hermits have the 1-3.
Looks like he just made up a good amount of time in the last swimmer for Ocean City, because you're right, they did have almost a body length lead, but Hermit's current swimmer in the pool, which I don't remember if we're on the third or second leg because I was looking down, made up some ground on that last 50. I believe this is the final swimmer. Either a little bit of a slow turn for the Hermits or quick turn from Ocean City, but Ocean City will take first.
Hermits get second, and they will get third as well.
So that'll bring them up to 81, and Ocean City boys up to 43. Just 3 events left. 100 back, 100 breast, and 400 free relay.
Now we have the 100-yard back. In lane 2, we have Vanna Kelly. Lane 3, Eric Kern. Lane 4, Rachel Stopper. Lane 5, I. Rossi. Lane 6, Ryan Cope. And lane 7, A. Rossi.
Same thing, Alma could officially clinch the meet here if they finish fast enough, but again, they should be able to pick up the necessary points as long as, even without really finishing in the top 3.
Alma does have the narrow lead right now, about half a body length.
I mean, it's the thing is you got the medleys is 2 of the first 3 events, and then it's a whole lot of freestyle after that. So sometimes meets can turn on their head if you're good at back and breaststroke. Sometimes teams are just dominant in those areas and they're able to make up a bunch of points. Not necessarily that's looking like it's happening here, but sometimes in a close meet that can be the difference between winning and losing. And you don't really see it happen until the end of the meet. But even if that was, which is not necessarily, I think Alma's got too many points for Ocean City to really turn the meet around from this point.
Yeah, a little late for a comeback here for Ocean City. It looks like they will get this win. And we're getting second, and this third place race is going to be a very important one. Looks like Ocean City just inches out now. Yeah, Ocean City gets the 1-3 there.
Yeah, so a good race there for Ocean City, but like I said, probably too little too late. They get 9 points there, so they should go to 59. Alma only 6, that'll bring them up to 81. So it should be 81 to 59 in favor of Alma.
All right, and now the 100-yard back, we got Jack Sherbin, lane 2, lane 3, John Frangakis, lane 4, Tommy Armstrong, lane 5, Trevor Nolan, lane 6, CJ Den, and lane 7, Andrew Newman.
Crazy how far of a push they can get off of that. They're almost at the middle of the pool by the time they really came out of the water.
Yeah, this is one of the harder swims to do. Not very easy to pick up or do fast. Hermits do have the narrow lead here, but Ocean City is closing in on lane 6.
Yeah, but you can see how intense it can get like a close meet where you need to hold on to that first place. If you don't want Ocean City to score, you fall back into second, all of a sudden it's a big swing for the other team. So not going to matter much today, but
they will get first. Ocean City gets to 2 and 3.
Hermits do clinch the meet there. They will go up to 90 points. Ocean City will go up to 50 with 2 events left.
Now we have the 100-yard breast for girls. In lane 2, we have Julia Duff. In lane 3, we have S. Kern. In lane 4, we have Abby Hay. Lane 5, F. McDough. Lane 6, Sophia Petroy. In lane 7, M. Meyer.
Yeah, almost should be able to clinch it in this one.
Yeah, only 4 points away, and you figure you got 6-4-3, so 2 and 1. You're getting a minimum 3, even if you finish. You know, if Ocean City finishes the in 1-2-3. So even if the worst case scenario is Olma gets up to 84, and then they're just a couple points away from winning it. So you expect them, like I said, because they've been the better team so far today, probably not going to go, 4th, 5th, and 6th. But anything better than the worst case scenario, and Olma will officially clinch it. Like I said, sometimes these the back and breast can kind of throw things off. Looks like Ocean City's in first, second, and third. I'm sorry, first and second. As Olma closed down. I don't know, maybe it was just the first 25 yards or so that got me thrown off, because Olma's really fought back into it. But for a second there,
it did look like Ocean City had the first 2 spots. Yeah. Ocean City with a very big lead here. But this race for second place will be very important here. To the fact Olma clinches it here. Ocean City secures first. Olma does get the 2-3, clinching the meet for them.
So, looks like 9 points, so it should go to 68 for Ocean City, and then 7 there for Olma. Should bring them up to 88, so that'll officially clinch the match for Olma.
Yeah, now we have 100-yard breast for the men. Second lane, Mike Kelly. Third, Ben Stanker. Fourth, Gavin Neal. Fifth, Dante Buonadano. 6, Colin Abbott, and 7, Messiano Catino. Hermits have a nice lead here.
Swimming fast. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see where the power points fall. I won't be able to calculate that today because, like I said, I have no idea exactly how they do that. But it'll be interesting to see if this can replace the, one of the mainland meet. Because right now you figure Salesianum was the highest, or actually I haven't Salesianum meet because mainland was the highest. EHT, you figure the Hermits are going to swim fast because EHT is a faster team. You just naturally can push yourself if you see the guy next to you in the other lane pushing you. So you figure that'll be one of their PowerPoint meets, but will be a big boost to the Hermits if they can keep finishing fast here and maybe use this meet as one of them, maybe try and take that #1 spot over the CBA.
Hermits do get the 1, 2, and 3 spots. Yeah, hopefully this is a bit of a confidence booster for them.
So with that, the Hermits will go to 103. Ocean City only goes to 53 with just the last race remaining.
Now we have the girls 400-yard free relay. In lane 2, we have Julia Youngblood, Lauren Tate, Sam Sealdon, and Maria Thomas. Lane 3, we have S. Toledo, S. Burkett, S. Kern, and A. Kern. Lane 4, we have Callie Bellware, Nina DiPaolo, Brian Koch, and Rachel Stauffer. Lane 5, we have I. Yaller, I. Rossi, R. Hertz, and S. Nagola. In lane 6, we have Ryan Evans, Marina Zappone, Kate Dries, and Vina Kelly. Finally, in lane 7, we have El Turista, A. Laguma, K. Harava, and L. Kepi. You know, when some points are close, 400 relay can be pretty exciting to see who wins. But
Yeah, just same thing as 500, just a little bit shorter. Record here, 3 minutes, 4 seconds. So.
this is the last one, right? Is this a break?
Start the girls 4x4, not sure what the hold up is. Looks like the swimmers are congregating right by the blocks. Yep, there the officials telling them to step up to the blocks.
Looks like it.
So we come into the last event of the day for the girls.
Although Oma already did clinch this meet, could be some good practice for them.
Yeah, like I said, it's similar to wrestling. Well, this affects your power points, so you affect your team seating, but even that, like, wrestlers still want to win, so they have criteria so they can get higher in the individual meets, or like individual state championships at the end, your districts, your regions. You can still qualify for state and county and league meets with your times here, so you still want to swim as fast as you can to help your team with power points, and B, maybe you qualify for one of those individual meets at the end of the year, even though you already have the meet, pretty well wrapped up.
Looks like Oma has the 1 and 2 spots pretty well secured here.
Yeah, they're cruising right along, just pushing each other at the top. Once this match is over, once the first couple, or the first 3 lanes finish in the boys meet, we will end this fairly quickly just because we got to run over to the wrestling match versus middle. So might not wait for those last couple lanes to finish, but obviously we're going to continue all the way through the girls match right here. Let's get away from the boys. Ocean City in lane 4 is caught up to Oma in lane 3. They're clearly going to take the number 1 spot, as I think is the last 50 for Oma. But if you look at lanes 3 and 2, it's going to be a tight race for that third spot. I'm sorry, the second spot.
Yeah, it looks like Oma's going to get this one very easily, and then second place spot looks like it's very close.
Oh yeah, neck and neck.
Are going to give it to Ocean City.
0.05 of a second, yeah, it goes to OC. So it will be a 72 to 98 finish. Oma will win that one as we wait for these last couple lanes to finish. So it's been a strong season for Oma so far. They'll have a big matchup versus the EHT next week, just like the Hermits will. It seems like it's Oma's best swim team in years, so it's good to see them doing well. Last lane will finish. Looks like the girls are hopping out of the pool, so that will bring us to the last event of the day. It'll be the boys 400 free relay.
Yep, Ocean City lane 2, Nico Friday, Liam Koch, Dustin Lyrics, Teddy Leeds. Lane 3, Frank Eddie, Mike McCarthy, Jonah Alvarez, and Ben Stanker. Lane 4, Matt Woodside, Matt Bell, CJ Den, and Tommy Armstrong. Lane 5, Trevor Nolan, Anthony Martelli, Cole Jennings, and Dante Buonadano. Lane 6, Doran Swift, Brian Slavin, Alex Hansen, and Colin Schwem. And Lane 7, John Paul Mazza, Sean Dugan, Johnny Hughes, and Cameron Cuff.
Looks like when the Hermits ran against Louisiana, this 4x14, Nolan, Mortaletti, Jennings, and Buonadonna finished 3 minutes, 16.98 seconds. So let's see if they can improve on that here. Obviously, they're going to want to swim at full strength against the big match against EHT next Tuesday.
Hermits do have the lead here by about a full body length. Ocean City in second, and then 2 Hermits are pretty close for third place right now in that third and last lane.
I think it'll be pretty close to see if they can beat that 3-minute and 16-second mark they did the other day. Like I said, trying always want to be lower in your time as the season goes along. A little behind that mark. Let's do take first. Ocean City second. Hermits will take. There it goes. So that's another 10 for the Hermits. So they'll finish with the final 113. Ocean City with another 4 will be 57. And that will do it for us here. Like I said, if you want to check out the Hermits face Middle Township in wrestling, just wait about 30 minutes and we'll have the stream for you right here on the HBC. Abrams and Panett, thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next time.